Hello guys and welcome back to Car Obsession. Now then, as I'm sure some of you would have noticed, I've really got into my car cleaning stuff lately and I wanted to do a few upgrades to make my life a bit easier. Now I have a Karcher K4, much like many people in the UK and I'm sure other parts of the world, and it's not a bad pressure washer, although many would argue there are better options out there at a higher cost of course, but there are a few things with it that are a bit annoying. One of which is the hose that goes from the machine onto your lance. Over time, well actually it's quite a stiff hose, it isn't the longest, and one thing I get annoyed with when when cleaning my car is having to drag the Karcher around. So I bought this, an upgraded hose. So for starters, this is longer. This is 10 meters long, whereas I think the original Karcher hose is 6 meters long. So this is almost twice the length, and this should be more flexible. This is made of rubber, whereas I think the Karcher one is made of plastic. And the annoying thing is with the Karcher one, because it's made of plastic, it's quite rigid, it gets tangled easily, it kinks, and it's just annoying. So hopefully this will be a worthwhile upgrade. Now I bought this from High Definition Detail. That's not an ad. I paid full price for this with my hard-earned cash. One thing I will say, which is a little bit of a gripe, although not the end of the world, this was advertised as a hose that could handle up to 250 bar, but this is actually, it hasn't got the bar written on here, but this is actually 200 bar. So a little bit of an annoyance that it isn't as advertised. Having said that, I think the working pressure of the K4 is actually 110 bar. So this is more than capable of the job anyway. It's just, for me, it's kind of a principle. I didn't get I didn't get sent what was advertised. But anyway, I'm not going to go on that anymore. Now, I have read some reviews that will state that these ends don't fit into the quick release gun, or whatever you want to call it. So let's see if that's the case. It goes in just fine. So this isn't what I use now. I've got a stubby gun, but I have read some reviews saying that, oh hello, maybe it doesn't go in. Hang on. That is, oh, hang on. Nope, they are right. Sorry. When you put it in, listen to this click. That to me sounds like it's in, but it's not. It's not actually secure, so yeah. So if you have the existing Karcher lance, then it's nicked good, because it doesn't actually go in. I'm not well to make sure it's not me being an idiot. Yeah. So okay, there we go. If you have the existing lance, then this probably won't work for you because it clicks in, but it's not secure. It will just pop straight out. So the moment you put any pressure through it, it's going to go pling, and it's going to go like an angry snake. So no, we don't want that. So thankfully, I don't have to worry about that because I have, if I just stretch it over, I have a stubby gun. Therefore, if I take that off, he says, I wasn't expecting that. I've now got a wet knee. Never mind. It's quite a hot day today, so that's actually relatively refreshing. So if I pop that in, make sure it's lined up. Yeah, so there we go. That's not going anywhere, mate. So yeah, that's nice and secure. As you can see, it fits into a stubby gun, but not into your Karcher lance. So, yep. It's so secure, I can't get it off. There we go. So let me just demonstrate one of the problems with the OEM Karcher hose. So bear with me. I'll just pop this back on. Apologies, the lighting will be a bit iffy because this is nice and sunny and that's in the shaded area. But just to give you an idea of just how much of a reach I have with this OEM Karcher hose. Now, granted, this is an MX-5, so it's a small car. It's hardly a Range Rover, but so if I wrap it around, I can get to about here. So about the centre of the front end, and there's a slight kink in it as well. There's just a kink there, and that's part of the problem, and that's quite a tight kink, so that may affect pressure. So the new one I've got is 10 meters, I would have preferred the 15 meters, but I have seen some people say it's too long, and to be honest with you, for what I need it for, 10 meters is probably going to be plenty. Now, just a quick thing: if you've got one of the really old Karchers that hasn't got the it's got the different adapters, then you'll need to look at a different option. Right, so take the I'm going to need to take that out there, feed it through, and then the old hose, be gone, we don't want you anymore. But one thing I do need is a pair of scissors or something sharp to cut the cable tie. So back in a minute. So I'm going to now feed this into the machine, and already this hose, it just feels more flexible. It's still quite rigid, but obviously it's been wrapped up for God knows how long. Actually, before I do that, let's just actually get the two hoses side by side so you can get an idea. So this is the new one, of course. Let's make it start there. Let's get the old one. And just for the sake of interest, I don't know if you can see me properly. Let me just turn the... Just for the sake of interest, the old hose, the original one from Karcher, so it has, so this can go up to 2,100 psi, and that's 14.5 MPa. So what's that, 145 bar, I think? I may be incorrect, but yeah, this can go up to 40 degrees Celsius. So, right, let's just unravel this. Right, get that to start around there, and hopefully you should see the difference in length. So that's the Karcher, that's the new hose, and if we follow it down, oh sorry, zoomed in then. Karcher one ends there, and this one, it keeps going, and there we go. So yeah, to give you an idea, that's where the Karcher one ends, and that's where they both end. Well, that's where the Karcher one starts, I should say. That's where they both end. So yeah, very sizable difference. Now it's all good and well, yeah, having the right length. It needs to be, just put you back on the tripod, it needs to be watertight. It's no good if it leaks. So that'll be the next test. Let's get the new one in, and this already feels much more robust and sturdy. It just feels like it's going to stand the test of time a bit better. Right, let's feed it back through. Right, get it nice and secure. Whilst it's on my mind, another worthwhile upgrade for your Karcher is upgrading to the metal elbow. So from factory, well, at least when this one was made, this was a plastic elbow and it leaks. I actually had this problem a few weeks ago. I bought this repair kit off Amazon for about 15 quid and it stopped leaking. So money well spent, because I thought I'd have to replace the entire pressure washer. But no, so yeah, if you've got a leak, or even if you don't, get that, 15 quid or so of Amazon, easy to fit, and yeah, you'll thank yourself later. But as you would have seen by now, I've used the new hose for a little bit of time, cleaning the wheels. Well, I didn't film me cleaning the wheels, but I've done the snow foam as well. Yeah, the hose so far is good. It's still a bit rigid, but it's definitely more flexible and manoeuvrable than the Karcher one. Of course, it's longer, so I can get around the car. I don't need to move the Karcher, which, yeah, that's one thing I hate about cleaning cars, is having to move the Karcher about, because everything gets tangled and it just becomes an annoyance. But with this, no such problem. There's been no leaks from either end, so it is watertight, which is fantastic, which is really, really good. And so far, would I recommend this? Yes, I would. This was £37 plus postage from a high definition detail, and yeah, this is a very worthwhile upgrade, and I'm kind of annoyed I didn't do this sooner, because it's been quite transformative of the car cleaning process, because I can leave the Karcher where it is, I don't have to worry about it, I can move about the car, I've got so much more flexibility and manoeuvrability. So yeah, that's a well worth purchase. Anyway, let's get this rinsed off before the snow foam dries, which we don't want. Right. It's just so nice knowing that I can just work around the car, and yes, whilst I'm still having to manipulate this a little bit, it's nowhere near as of an annoyance of the Karcher one. And it is a little bit rigid, but you know, it's brand new, so I'm sure it might loosen up a bit with time and use. Now, since making this video, I have used the hose a few more times, and it's still a bit more rigid than I would like, and it does get a little bit kinked now and then, but it's still a worthwhile upgrade on the Karcher hose. So, time for me to conclude. Is the upgraded rubber hose for your Karcher worth the money? 100% yes. As I said earlier, I'm kind of annoyed with myself that I didn't upgrade to this sooner, because it certainly makes a big difference. Being able to leave the Karcher where it is, you don't have to lug it around, get tangled on loads of cables and hoses, and yeah, that's one part of my car clean that really put a bit of a dampener on it, if I'm going to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to pop a link for this product in the video description. Like I said, this isn't an ad, I paid for this with my own money. If you have any questions or queries, drop them in the comment section below. Do you have something similar? What are your experiences? I'd love to hear them. Let's get a conversation started. If you have enjoyed this video or found it useful, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.